Hey there, my creative friend. If you are new to acrylic painting, then you are in the right place. Today, I'll walk you through everything that you will need to know to start your acrylic painting journey. So, my name is Lisa Cato, and I am the owner of Crafty Door Creations. So, if you would like this video, make sure that you subscribe and hit that bell so that you'll always know when I am going to upload another video. Okay, now, by the end of this video, you will know uh, four things. You will know the right kind of supplies that you need. You will need how to set up your painting space. You'll also learn the basic techniques that you should practice first. And also, my number one tip to make painting less overwhelming. Okay, so let's get started in it. All right, let's talk supplies. All right, what you will need. You don't need a ton of supplies. You just need the basics. So, first of all, you will need acrylic paints. These are the paints that I use. Now, you don't have to use these. There's all kinds of different kinds of brands. This is just what I like to use. My favorite brand of acrylic paint is Deco Art. I just love, I love them. But anyway, there is Folk Art, and you can get these acrylic paints at several different stores. You can either get them at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or any other kind of craft store that you have in your area. You can probably get those. They also have, there's another brand is called Folk Art. Now that's a good brand too, but you don't have to get those. Now there's also Walmart carries some acrylic paints, and their paints are apple barrel paint. Um, and they're fine too. Now they're not what I recommend, but when you're first starting, and you know if you don't have either a Michael's or a Hobby Lobby um, in your area, then going to Walmart and getting some apple barrel paints, that's fine. Okay. And you might want to, if you're really serious about it, you might want to get a different brand. Okay. Now, the other thing is brushes. Okay. So there's about three different kind of brushes, and I'll show you what kinds they are. You don't have to get fancy with brushes. You just need about three different kinds to be able to paint. So here's one brush. It is called a 1-inch flat tip brush. You see how the tip is flat? Okay, now brushes like these, I bought this from a wholesale company, but you can find good brushes either at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, or you can find them at on Amazon. Amazon is a good place to be able to find brushes. That's where I got my brushes that I started out was on Amazon. So another kind of brush, this is called a round brush, a round tip brush. Okay. Now they come in different sizes. Usually either a number 6 or a number 8 is good. Okay. All right. Then the last kind of brush, this is a little bitty skinny brush. This is called a detail brush. Okay. So a detail brush is good to get in those, do little fine details. So this is another one you can find, like I said, either at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. All right. Now, another thing is a water cup. Now, it can be a cup, like a solo cup, a plastic cup, or I've been using just a jar. This is a pickle jar. This is when I first started. I just started using a jar. And anyway, so that's my water cup. And so you'll need those that will where you'll be able to wash your brushes out with your water cup. Also, some paper towels. So, paper towels, you can use paper towels to dry your brushes after you have washed them off. All right. Um, Next is a palette. Now, you don't have to get fancy. You can use a paper or a styrofoam plate. All right. Then, optional is an apron. Now I have these little disposable aprons that I usually put in my art kits. And speaking of art kits, you see all these paintings that I've done back here. Just about every one of these designs, I can do an art kit for them, which it includes everything that you need to be able to paint at home. Now I sell these art kits on my Etsy shop. Now, I also make and paint wooden door hangers. I don't have any to show you right now, but if you'll go on my Etsy shop, it's etsy.com, Crafty Door Creations. I'll just have to put in search Crafty Door Creations, and you should be able to. I will put that Etsy shop link down in the description area. Okay. So, yeah. So that's just about it. So just keep it simple. You can always get more supplies later. All right. Now, what we're going to talk about is setting up your space. All right. Now, I have this space. It's a great space. Okay. Um, but I didn't have that at first. When I first started painting, I just had a little room. It was just a small room that I used, you know, to do crafts and stuff. And I just had a table in there, and just make sure that you cover your table. You could do it at your kitchen table, but make sure you cover it so you don't get paint all over the place, because you might get messy. But anyway, so you want to cover your table to protect it. The next thing is make sure that you have really good lighting, because you just need to have good lighting to be able to see the colors. Um, Now, natural lighting, if you paint close to a window during the daytime, that would be a good thing to do. So make sure you have really good lighting. The next thing is to keep your supplies within reach. So I have all my paints that I'm going to use for painting. I have them right here in a little basket on my desk, and my brushes are there, and everything that I need um, to paint. Oh, you know what I forgot in the supplies? I forgot to talk about canvas. Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, canvas. You'll need a canvas or canvas paper. Now I'm going to be today. We're not going to do a lot of painting, but I do have this canvas paper, and I'm going to show you some things, some techniques a little bit later on this canvas paper. All right. So next thing is to have a drink nearby. Now, I didn't bring my drink. I've already had my coffee this morning, but um, it's always good to have a drink of whatever you like, whether it's water or a cup of coffee, or maybe you like to drink, have a little wine with you. Some people like to do that. But anyway, so to have a drink and maybe some music. So, if you want to have some music playing while you're painting, that kind of helps to relax you and have fun because, it's a lot of fun. Painting is more fun when you're relaxed. All right, then the next thing is, um, I'm going to talk about techniques that you need to do to be able to practice. All right. So I am going to um, grab one of my paints. Okay. All right. So you need to practice blending paints smoothly. So I'm going to take this. This is a pretty orange and a yellow. Okay. All right. And then, oops, told you it gets messy. It's okay. All right, now I've got my paper towel, so I'm going to be wiping my brush off on this paper towel. All right. One supply I do not talk about is baby wipes. Baby wipes are good to have if you make a little mistake. And it's okay if you make a mistake. Mistakes are okay, you know? So, all right, first of all, you'd want to dip your brush in your water cup, okay? Dip your brush in your water and then just dry it off on your paper towel. Okay, so we're going to practice filling solid color on our canvas, or in this thing, canvas paper. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have plenty of paint on your paintbrush, and don't get any paint past this little shiny part. Is called the ferrule, so you don't want to get any paint past there. So just go sweep side to side, just like that. Now sometimes when I'm painting a background, um, we'll do like in a figure 8 motion. Okay. All right. So to making sure that you have plenty of paint on your paintbrush, that will get you a really solid paint. If you don't have enough paint on your brush, it's going to end up doing like that. Okay. So you want to make sure that you have plenty of paint on your brush. All right. So now we're going to blend two colors together while they're still wet. So I'm going to put down this color right here, and then I'm going to add, without washing my brush, because you don't always have to wash your brush, I'm going to add a little bit of yellow, and we're going to blend. Okay, so making sure that the paint is still wet. It's wet. It's gonna, and if you need to, sometimes with this canvas paper, you might need to wet your brush. Okay. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but I mean, okay. So I'm putting more yellow. See, I'm going back and forth and back and forth. And we just want to do that so that the colors will blend. Now you see how they're blending and there's not any real harsh line right there. Okay, so, so that's how you blend. All right, next, okay, and I need a different kind of brush. I'm going to come down here. The next thing is dry brushing. Now, dry brushing, you can get a lot of texture with dry brush. Excuse me. You can get a lot of texture with dry brushing. So I'm going to use this. This is a chip brush. Okay. Now you can find these at any hardware store, Lowe's, Hobby Lobby, or you can even find them in craft stores too. But they're very inexpensive to get. But they make really good texture. Okay, so I'm going to show you what kind of texture you can do with a dry brush. So dip in your brush while it's dry. Don't wet it. And then just kind of wipe it off a little bit. Now, you do like this. With this dry brush, you see what kind of texture you can get? Yeah. Sometimes it makes, if you're like, especially if you're doing a door hanger or something like that, it gets really good texture on that brush. And you can make it look like the wood is weathered by doing that. And you don't have to use orange. You can use white or black or whatever. All right. Now, layering is like painting one color, letting it dry, and then painting over with another color. So a lot of times, like when we're doing grass, I've got some blue right here. So like mixing colors is another good thing. So, blue with a little yellow, it's going to make what? It's going to make green, right? If you know anything about basic color theory, you know that blue and yellow will make green. So even if you have just the basic colors, acrylic colors, then you can um, you can make a lot of different colors with having the basic colors like yellow, green. Yellow, red, blue. Those basic colors. Okay, so I've got a little bit of green on my brush. This is a round brush. Now, if I could take this brush, I could go up like this, and I could make like some grass. Okay, have some strokes and make some grass. Okay. All right, now I would let that dry. Now, acrylic paints does not take very long for them to dry. And then I could go in with some white and black are very good colors to have because they're basic. All right, I could go in with some black, a little bit of black, and do some make some little things like this. Okay, then rinse my brush. All right, then I could go in and mix some, have a little bit of yellow, go in with a little bit of yellow, and a little bit of white, a little bit more yellow. Okay, so that makes things a little bit more interesting. Okay, when you layer your colors. Okay, I was trying to think. Was there anything? Oh yes, there's this one right here. I'll show you. See how I did these? I layered there's lots of layers in here because see, it's pretty interesting when it's layered like that. Okay, I'm gonna put this right back here. All right. Probably I'm crooked, but anyway. Okay. All right. Now, okay. Now, the next thing is your first idea for your first painting. So a good idea for your first painting, let me get rid of that, is to do a simple sunset. Okay, so a sunset would be a great idea for your first painting. Okay, so I'm going to get a little bit more yellow. Okay, all right, so we're going to use our yellow. Okay, okay, so our yellow at the bottom. Okay, yellow at the bottom. Might put in a little bit of orange up here at the top. Okay. Blending these colors, remember? We want to make sure we add plenty of paint. Okay. It's looking pretty, isn't it? That looks like a sunset. And I'm going to be teaching you how to paint a sunset in another video. So make sure that you watch for that. Okay. All right. All right. So, like I said, this is just an example. All right. So we're going to put some blue up here at the top for the sky. I'm going to add a little bit of water to this because this this canvas paper, it kind of gets dry real quickly. Okay. Then you could use some yellow, and you could just kind of draw like a with your you could draw like a half circle for the sun. Okay. So just draw that in. It's pretty easy. You just kind of do a half circle. And it doesn't have to be perfect, you know? It doesn't have to be perfect. So just kind of draw in that half circle. Okay. All right. Here we go. You could also add, I've got some red too. I'll also add in some red to that blue. Make it kind of look like, look a little purplish. Get some blue and red. Okay. There we go. Now it doesn't look that the greatest, but like I said, this canvas paper is definitely kind of hard to do. But anyway. All right. Okay. So that's it. So then you would have your first painting. of a of a an acrylic masterpiece, if you will. Okay. All right. So then the very last thing is, um, the very last thing is that we'll learn is my number one tip for beginner. Okay, here is the biggest advice that I can give. So don't aim for perfect. You see, mine's not perfect, but it's on the canvas paper. So, anyway, don't aim for perfect, aim for fun. Just make sure that you're having fun. Okay, because a lot of times I do paint parties too. That's the other thing that I do. I will ask my participants. I'll say, "Are you having fun?" Yeah, I'm having fun. They always usually always say that they had fun. So have fun. Every artist starts out as a beginner. I mean, I did. I started painting about 4 years ago, and yeah, and you'll get better and better as you go along. There will be some things you'll struggle with. I still kind of struggle with lettering, but it's getting better. Okay, so just have fun mainly. Um, then laugh at your mistakes. So what? You make a mistake. You know what? The good thing about acrylic painting is you can let it dry, paint over it. It's okay. It is okay. Play with the colors. Mix the colors together. Do some mixing. Red and blue, purple, make purple. Uh, then enjoy the process. Art isn't about getting it right. It is about feeling something while you create. Okay. I always say that art is the best therapy that you can do. It's the best therapy because it's lots of fun. And that's the main thing is just to make sure that you're having fun. If you ever get to where you know, you're getting overwhelmed or you just are frustrated, then put it away. Put it away and come back to it another day. Have fun with it. Oh, all right. So, to recap what we just learned, okay? First of all, you want to keep your supplies simple. Have simple supplies, paint brushes, canvas or canvas paper, your paint palette, just a paper plate. Don't really have to have an apron. You can just make sure that have clothes that are, old and make sure that you don't mind getting paint on them. Set up your cozy painting space, whether it's on a kitchen table, in your garage, where that's where I'm at. This is a garage that I have set up with a painting space. Then practice the basics. Practice filling color in on your paint surface. Practice doing different things with your paints. Practice mixing your paints, the colors. And then last of all, just have fun. Have fun. All right. So if you are excited about your painting journey, hit that bell notification so you'll always know when I'm going to upload another video. Now, the next time we will go into more detail, we will actually paint a sunset. I will show you how to paint a sunset, and it'll be better than this, I promise. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, we'll practice how to paint a sunset. And then, yeah, so don't forget to subscribe for more easy painting tutorials just like this. All right. And so I guess I will, uh, see y'all later. So thanks for hanging out with me, my creative friend. Thanks for being with me today. So make sure that you follow me on my Facebook page, Crafty Door Creations, and also Instagram. I'm on Instagram, so make sure that you follow me there. Oh, I'm on TikTok too. So all those are Crafty Door Creations. So make sure that you follow me on those other platforms, and I always know what I'm doing all the time. Also, whenever you paint something, um, you know, uh, show me what you've been painting on Instagram and put in the comments what you would like to see me paint next. All right, I guess this is pretty much it. Thank you for watching.